building. This new internet has to build. Okay. It essentially build up. There it is. And we have stabilized. We're golden. Kind of. That's not right. Hold on, what? Okay. However, drop frames. Spiking all over the place. Calm down. However, drop frames is only about 15%. Could be good. Good to go. And now we sit and vivate. Vivate? Just a little bit. Just a little. Hey, Scrub Lord. Zilaka has survived. How are you doing today, Scrub Lord? Tonight, whatever. How's it going, Scrub Lord? How you feeling? Oh, that's kind of cool. I like that. I'm good. Can't complain. That's fair. Been up to anything lately, or has it been one of those same old sort of days? Definitely gonna have to left-hand that drink. Not trying right-hand that left-hand. Between two moving around is gonna be a bitch if I'm drinking at the same time. Nothing bad is always good. Glad to hear, man. Glad to hear. Let me see. Ended up taking Wiggles to the groomer. They shaved her down. That was a fun thing. Duke, I've never drank alcohol. I mean, it's fair. And don't ever do it, Scarlet. Screen black? I don't know. Is screen black? Is anyone else having that problem? Okay, Scorecap isn't. How's it going, Scorecap? Good to see you, man. Okay. Don't worry. I fixed it. I fixed it, Scarlet. It was all me. By the way, I wanted to... Hold on one moment. I wanted to fix this thing. I wanted to make it like... Nope, it just sprung right back. Okay. Put that down. Move it this way. Perfect. I love it. I meant to do that after last stream, man. Like, slightly fixed it, but I didn't completely do it. Fuse Rack! Good to see you, my friend. It's felt like forever since I've seen you. How you doing? How you doing today, Fuse? It's been about 5 minutes. I should start up. Arthur Downer. I'm sorry, Fuse Rack. I was fixing the camera. I was fixing it. Nothing's normal. Have you been
just resting my feet?
It actually scared me because the sniff, it was just after I sniffed. And so it made me think that, like, I heard a reverberation from the stream into my ear directly. And I was like, ah, shit. That's something I've never dealt with before. No, just the game. Gotta talk to Faraday. Up this way. It's 8 AM. What are you doing? What do you mean, what am I doing here? What are you doing here? Oh, okay. Faraday, speak to me. So yeah, no, I'm just like...
Brilliant. Thank you. I didn't dare ask those idiots out there. They'd only set themselves on fire again.
Okay. So yeah, this is what the second stream I've done since moving to the new place. It's like, I tell you, the move was stressful, but then, like, there was a whole bunch of other things that have added on to the stress, and now I'm an alcoholic, you know? You know, a natural progression happened, and now I'm fucked, you know? But at least it was a natural progression, as opposed to an unnatural progression. You know, like one day I'm super happy, and then I take a pill, and next thing I know, I'm fucking naked, and I've mauled a deer in half, you know? Like, at least that hasn't happened. Because that would be unnatural. Take a drink, turn into a werewolf, you know, the usual. I'm just like, I think we should be able to finish up this whole deal. Fuck. I mean, if I really push for it, I could finish this, I mean, what is essentially the demo. Let me see. What sort of pills can I pop today? I got sunshine. I don't have joy, do I? Oh, I have one thing of joy. Is it worth it, though? Is it worth it? I mean, I guess I can get the food, so, yeah, sure. We'll take some drugs. Oh, fuck yeah. Rainbow Road, baby!
Snug as a bug on a drug.
Rainbow Road. We've been with nothing. I already had nothing. Look at how happy this man... Hey, why are you almost dead? If it was something I did during last time, that was forever ago. I don't remember. Are his hands okay? Yes, he's wearing... I'm wearing a work uniform. I'm wearing a work uniform.
Bloody hell. I've forgotten about the revolvers. I won't be able to get through one of these unless I've had my joy.
Fuck. Okay, hold on. Okay, I have some empty power cells. I need to go to the mottling spill right over there so I can gather up, you know, modeling. Hey, Rotes, how's it going, man? Yes, is this indeed this game again? And I am also around again. For how long I don't know, but I am around tonight. You know, been dealing with a whole bunch of I would say crap, but in all honesty, it's
bloody hell. Oh, bloody hell.
It's more like I'm just kind of all over the place. You know, only like one really bad thing is going on, but other than that, like everything else is pretty sweet. We shaved down Wiggles today, so
Brace yourself, Arthur.
she looks, how do I put this? She looks nicer. She looks nicer. Her paws are no longer all matted up and have stickers all through it. She looks a bit happier. She gave me a fucking death look when we ended up going to grab her. Fuck. Wait. That's not right. That's not right at all. Hold on. What? I can't gather up that modeling. There's no modeling. Fuck me. I'm gonna go. I have to go to the shelter. One, because I need fast travel. And two, because I need some food. Melissa K's starting to have some tooth pain. It woke me at 3. Oh shit, dude. 3 a.m. or p.m. Has a bit of a distinct categorization. And this is where I have to act as a bit of a dentist and ask, you know, have you taken your joy? But no, it's like, you know, of course, like the usual, have you been brushing and all of that. But in all honesty, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt because frankly, I don't do it as often as I should, and I realize that. I have a bad habit of forgetting to do it in the mornings because I end up sleeping more. But I do it just before I go to bed, so I'm only really brushing once every day. But I do mouthwash fairly often. You know, about once every morning. So, you know, it's kind of like I'm brushing my teeth. Except not. It's really funny because with the alcohol, I really should get into making sure that I'm actually brushing my teeth because alcohol does some terrible things to your fucking breath. Trust me, I've had to smell it. Hold on, so currently I am hunger. You know, this doesn't seem right. I feel as though an apple would spoil a lot faster than a carrot. Just saying. Okay. I don't know what... Oh yeah, I'll just have some blue currants. That seems fine. There we go. And right there. Go ahead and travel there, and then we can sleep. And then we can travel to our heart's content. Also, sorry if I can't do any, like, really funny voices or whatever. My throat is a little shot right now, you know? Like I've had a respiratory infection for a good, like...
It's been a hard day.
It's almost been a week now. I've been taking medication for it. You know, and not just, like, you know, primarily Benadryl because it always starts off... essentially with allergies. I essentially get a respiratory infection just every what do you call it? Every year whenever allergy season comes around. Because, you know, that shit gets into your sinuses and all that. And then, you know, a whole bunch of gunk builds up. Then all hell breaks loose, you know. Oh no, it's terrible, Ro. Again, I essentially get it every year. Actually, that's not entirely true. The past 2 years, I was actually completely okay, for the most part. Actually, it might not be a bad idea to You know what? Fuck it. We're gonna go break into some people's houses. Let's do this. Fuck, I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, so essentially just like the past 2 years, I've actually been okay. And the reason for that has just been because essentially where I'm at, there's not been, you know, we've essentially been in a drought. You know, we haven't gotten too much rainfall, and the only times we did, it was fucking, it wasn't just like rainfall, it was high storms, you know, with fucking super winds, which made it pass very fast. But through the smog, just like that, we're through. Didn't see shit. So, you know, the past few years I haven't had to deal with rain because most of what rain brings is like mold and shit, which is something I don't particularly agree with. The other big one is when a cold front comes in because air blows in from the north, and I'm allergic to fucking cedar, which grows primarily more northern than anywhere. Goodbye. So, you know, fun times. Past that though, that's a downer detector. That's also a dead body. I think I've been here before. There's a dead body. I've probably been here. I'll just make one of those. Except oh. Okay, I believe I can just jump over this. I'm not exactly sure. Also, the front door is open. I could just do that as well. There we go, and we've made it. Crazy. William Spooner, deceased. Maybe I haven't been in here. Whimsy cricket bat. Fuck, I accidentally drank from the fountain.
Papa Joy.
I do that every goddamn time. So easy to do. What was I saying? Oh, that's another downer detector. Hold on. Let me drink from the spigot. There we go.
Happiness is a choice.
Much better. So much easier to steal people's stuff when you're fucking high as a kite. A pocket expansion kit, holy fuck. And here I thought that they were merely legends. Where was it? It's somewhere here. I only drank a small amount, Scarlet. Like, I essentially had a sip. I had a shot glass and I went gulp. So it was only in my system for like a second. That time I drank a lot more. There it is. I increased my carrying capacity by 2. Steel Brawler, increase all damage dealt by 2%. Not on the crash just yet. Close though. There we go. Look. Yes. Hi, buddy.
How'd you get in?
That's a good question. Here, hold on.
This is for you.
Found you. Well, thanks, mate.
You're welcome. Goodbye. I like to think I handled that just fine. So yeah, anyways, the You know, the rain that I've had lately has essentially just brought a shit ton of mold that has essentially forced its way into my lungs. And it's caused me to have a respiratory infection for a good week now. So, you know, it's honestly not been too bad. This is actually one of the more minor ones I've had. But it still got me to the point where I sound like I'm going through puberty again. Which, in all honesty, I think kind of sounds cute. I think I sound cute when I sound like this. You know, it's like a terribly awkward teenager, like, trying to get a date again. And he's just like, hey, I don't know why I'm trying to do a voice. I already sound like I'm having this problem. It's a cat suit. Holy fuck, this is just an entire pie! Holy shit! I'm all about that. You guys ever binge eat just like more specifically, have you guys ever had an entire pie to yourself and you just demolished it? I do that. I do that so often. I'm just like, there's nothing you can do to keep me away from this pie. Nothing. I'm gonna want to keep a couple scotches on me now. Honestly, I don't give a fuck about the records. Like, if those people get mad at me, it just doesn't matter. It's like, you're mad at me, whatever. Just find linen stuff. I guess I'll hold on to those. Store these. Honestly, I should just store them one at a time if I'm below 3. Hold on to those. They're a quick snacky snoo. Hold on to those. What's this? Should definitely hold on to that just in case. Not with pie, but I rarely eat pie. Scarlet. Why? Not with pie, but with like Cool Ranch Doritos or Well, I mean, that's like different. Like, snack food doesn't really like fill you at all. You just kind of eat it because you're bored. That's how snack food works. You get bored and you go, fuck it. Let's see if I can eat this entire bag of Doritos. Let me see if I can chug this 2 liters of Mountain Dew. Let's see if I can eat 3 bags of Mountain Dew Doritos. It's not a big bag, but it's these small ones, these small pocket bags, but they're Mountain Dew Doritos. Like, what do you expect from me? The inventions that humankind have come up with. Disgusting. So now I can have fab threads, because I got enough fine linen, which was my point. So now I can impress everyone. Like, I just look so damn amazing that people go, ah, yes, I like you. I think condition actually only goes down if you get into a fight, which is the only downside of this fabulous clothing. That people, if they attack it, it will slowly rip. I don't really have to worry about that.
Sweet dreams, Arthur.
And sleep 2 hours. A little hungry. Go into the place menu. No, that's not quite right. This menu. And let's go ahead and have a slice of pie. There we go. I should probably store this, but it only weighs 2 pounds. I'll hold on to it for a daily snack. I have the Austin Powers fashion, which I'm not gonna lie. If I could dress like with the whole like hit, what was it, like 60s, like I'm not exactly sure which time period it is. It was I mean, I think it was like 80s time period. If I could dress like an 80s like British man, I definitely would. I'd be like, fuck yeah. Hello. Nope. I'd be like, fuck yes, I'll do this. Do you spend a lot on the Steam Summer Sale? I have not actually, Ro. And the primary reason for that has actually just been because I'm trying to save up money, and I ended up doing a huge binge spend yesterday, and I'm not willing to spend anymore. I'm probably not going to even be I'm probably not even going to be partaking in this summer sale, which actually makes me a little sad, because I take part in every summer sale. I tend to get at least like 10 games. But right now I'm just kind of like, no. So, unfortunately, I am not taking part. However, Rote, you, I presume, have taken part. What are some good deals you have gotten? And that can go to anyone in chat. Has anyone gotten some good deals on the summer sale? Shit where they're just like,
I wish I kept in shape. Oof.
okay, it's morning now, which means let's put on a worker uniform, and we are going to tear apart some cars. Oh, and there's a house right here. Perfect. Which I actually have to cross through. Pay no mind to the man behind the mask. That could have been close. Can I get...
You're a font of inspiration.
I just want to get by. Please move, lady. There we go.
So don't forget the most important thing. Is it your tea?
Hello there. I am normal man.
This is loud.
Is it toast?
No. I'm wearing the suit. This should be fine.
The last time you do that around here.
Oh shit.
Ow!
I'm bloody hell!
Oh my god. I came so close to dying right there. Holy shit. Oh, and that's why I should have
Take your joy.
a few on me. Oh my god, that was terrifying. It would be better for me to wear a cat suit. What the hell happened? I got fucking electrocuted. I don't even know what electrocuted me. God, my heart's actually pumping a little bit from that. Okay. I think I'm clear. I'm pretty sure I got the parts. Yeah. AK bomb, which is Gilead's and Rowan berries, but in all honesty, that should be enough. It's 4. We'll go ahead and max that out. And then, considering how fucked up I got from like 3 seconds, I gifted 2 games and I bought 1 for me. That's nice. Yeah, no, again, like, if you weren't here for the last stream, it wasn't a big stream. I was just playing Darkest Dungeon. However, newest DLC ended up coming out at like the beginning of the Steam sale or something, like, or just before, and the Zov project ended up gifting me it, and I always feel far too I feel far too happy whenever somebody gifts like a game or something to me. It's like I'm not worth that much, you know? Of course, I get that way whenever people donate to me as well, so... You know, either I don't give myself enough credit, or... I don't know. I shit on myself a lot, so... Okay, so given the fact that I got shocked and almost died... Actually, let's just wear the spiky suit. I got a spiky suit, fuck off. No! No! Oh, I have to kill you, but I will. I think we're fine. Yeah, that's fun. Sweet. Assailant. Oh, right. Fuck that whole situation. Yeah, that's something I don't think I can do, because again, I think you're not supposed to kill everyone there. Like the boss person who has like a huge fucking health bar. I think he's supposed to live and he's supposed to be like, oh, don't fucking kill me, and then he's supposed to run off. But I got a 2% crit that immediately killed him. So he's dead. And I don't think I can complete that that thing
Please
anymore.
don't let there be
because of
ghosts.
that.
I feel oddly guilty for not buying a ticket.
If anyone is interested, I am drinking a honey whiskey bourbon in Coke. Well, I say Coke, I should just say cola. Like, because, to be fair, the type of cola doesn't matter. You can put in Pepsi, you can put in Coca-Cola, you can put in RC Cola, you can put in your generic, like, store brand, generic-ass cola. It doesn't really matter. As long as it's, you know, some form of whiskey and cola. In all honesty, it's really good. Really good stuff. Like because it's different from mead. Mead is like, you know, essentially just like fermented honey. And that's pretty much all it is. Right, I need to power that. That's right. Forgot about that. I need to find another place that has a malt lean spill. I think I'll go back over here and see if that problem's fixed itself. If not, maybe I can just punch the guy once and that'll fix his AI. I don't know. I may have already tried that though. Hold on, I want to be fancy. There we go. Fancy fuck IB. Yeah. If I could dress like Austin Powers, I would.
You must take your joy immediately.
Shit!
They still haven't fixed that, I see. Okay. Around this corner, this way. Then, I reach the end of this. I take a right. And there should be a little way I can go. Right here. Yo, have you fixed yourself? God damn it. God damn it, Ed. I can't hit him. Hold on. Let me try with a weapon. Yeah, no, I just can't do this. Because again, I think it's a scripted thing where the boss character right there is not supposed to die. Or he's in order to actually complete the quest, he's not supposed to be dead, but I killed him. Again, I didn't mean to kill him, I just did. So, details. He's dead, there's nothing I can do about it, it's over. Let's move on. So let me see. I need to go over there. Or I get some more advanced mechanical parts. Past that, I also need to find another Mottling spill in order to fill up my power cell. One of my power cells. That way, I can power up into, I don't know, the fucking police place, whatever it's called. God damn it. That box is on that side. Okay. Take a bit of sunshine so we can get through, and then we're just gonna deactivate it. Are you sure you haven't got one of those Pokemon Revive shards? Shh. I'm pretty sure. You know, I haven't checked. Nobody's seeing this. What was I doing? Wee. Okay, so I remember the first Pokemon game that I ever played was Pokemon Emerald. I first started up on Pokemon Emerald. It's still my favorite game. My favorite of all the Pokemon games to this day. It's definitely not the hardest one. In fact, I would say that the Hoenn region is probably one of the easier. Is probably the easiest frontier that you can do. However, Hoenn is definitely Gen 3 is definitely still my favorite gen, just because there's so many more like unique looking Pokemon. I think that's volunteer. Wellington Royal Fusiliers. English Home Army, Ravensholm. Dear Mr. Cuddy, thank you for your contribution to the next war effort. The troops greatly appreciated your sausages. We all think your patriotic efforts are smashing. Do keep up the good work, and we will seriously consider your applications to join the Home Army. Yours very truly, Lieutenant John Fortescue. Written longhand. You don't need to buttonhole me every time I come into the shop, Bill. It's not a matter of what you did or didn't do during the late Great Unpleasantness. We all know what citizens were under a lot of pressure to cooperate with the G, and even if at times you seemed a little extra enthusiastic, we take at face value your protestations that is just your manner. However, you're the old side for a soldier, old chap. It'll take a little while and perhaps a few more sausages before the boys are quite ready to put you through your paces, as you put it. Hey, Captain Crow, good to see you, my friend. How are you doing today? Or tonight, whichever it is for you. Only Pokemon games I've played, well, besides Pokemon Ranger oh god, the Pokemon Ranger games. It was Ruby for the Game Boy Color and Pokemon Heart Gold for DS. Not bad. Not bad. I remember getting Pokemon Ranger and being like, what the fuck is this gay shit? This is stupid. All I do is draw circles. It was such a... Like... I would not be surprised if that game was, like, a reason to kill yourself. It's just such a terribly boring game. Hey guys, I got some tea. But anyways, past that, I would have to, you know what, I would not be against playing Pokemon Mystery Dungeon on stream. Like, that is a long-ass time of playing, I must admit. But, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon is a pretty fucking rad game.
One bad apple can spoil the lot. Go on your way and have a lovely day.
It's pretty fucking rad, because essentially it's like, yeah, you can get all of the Pokemon. Like, it's like, the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games were the only ones where it was like, yeah, you can get all of the Pokemon. All in, like, and it was like, maybe in the other games, like, you know, because typically whenever it comes to Pokemon, they always sell it in duos, you know. You can get every Pokemon besides, like, a select few in this game, all the Pokemon except a select few in this game. So it's like, when Pokemon Red and Blue Mystery Dungeon came out, we of course got both, but the fact of the matter was that even with just one of the versions, you were only ever missing maybe like 3 Pokemon. They only made it impossible to get like 3 or 4 Pokemon. It was awesome. And to answer your question, Captain.
Oh dear.
I am doing... My throat is definitely better. I'm not coughing as much. Oh god, that's what he did.
Bloody hell!
You're really bringing me down.
I love the screams.
We'll laugh about this later.
We spin. Yeah, I'm not coughing all over the place. So essentially there's a point, when like, you know, your shit is clearing, that you realize you are getting better, and that is when your nose starts getting runny. Because essentially what's going on is like, you know, the stuff that is in your lungs is traveling up your esophagus, and what doesn't go down into the stomach and essentially reinforce the mucus lining ends up going up your esophagus, and you either cough it out or you get a runny nose and it all comes out your sinuses. In which part I've been dealing with the sinus problem. Like whenever I cough, I'm not able to cough up the stuff because essentially I gag and then it all just goes back down. It's disgusting.
Mrs. Cheney, this is Sergeant Gainsborough of the Wellington Wells Police Constabulary. I must ask you to kindly open your door. We have reports there's been a bit of an altercation at your house. Please do open up, Mum.
That looks interesting. So, what was it doing? I was healing up. So yeah, it's like right now, I'm not having too much of a throat issue. Like, it isn't burning as much as it was. I ended up taking a bullet shot yesterday of, like, some really, really powerful whiskey that essentially dislodged my entire throat, and I swallowed my esophagus, you know. So good stuff. Very good stuff. So, you know, I'm doing good. You know, I'm not dying. I may have to kill this guy, actually. Might I be able to just choke you out? No.
I've got your attention, haven't I?
Oh dear.
Or you, Flipper.
It's okay, guard. It's
Look
okay.
what I've found.
Goodbye. Now that I'm running, I can just switch back. Yes, you're not being crass. I wouldn't call that crass, Captain. I would call that being blatantly honest. Yeah. This infection was actually a bit different. Because it's like I didn't get too much of a warning about it, you know. I didn't get like essentially I got the feeling of like being, you know, essentially feeling like shit, you know, which is normal. You know, it's normal to just be like as you are getting sick, to just be like, man, I have no energy today. I had that like 3 days in a row. And apparently, it's because it started in my lungs. It started in my lungs and essentially worked its way up. Like, because most of what's supposed to happen is, with a respiratory infection, you know, if it's an upper one, all of the stuff develops, like, in your nose and in your esophagus. This one essentially developed in my lungs, which is a very strange thing, and worked and ended up getting pushed out. Which which I think I've only ever had to deal with one other time in my life. But, you know, essentially, like, it was a very weird, like, feeling of just being like, wow, like, I have this funny tickling sensation, like, right there, you know, like, where my chest cavity ends, to going, but I want to be that girl. Typo. Wrote, I firmly believe you are androgynous. I'm not sure why I thought that was funny. Like, I don't see, like, androgyny as, like, a joke or anything. I just, for some reason, thought it was really funny. Dear Jack, forgive a total stranger writing you, but I feel after all these years as if I know you better than I know many of the people in my family. To me, you're no longer Uncle Jack. You're Jack. I can see that you're a good and kind man, full of love and laughter. But Jack, I can tell that you are no fulfilled. You are no fulfilled. Roach, I can tell you are no fulfilled. Captain Crow, I can tell you are no fulfilled. Okay. Lately, has there been an edge in your voice? As if you know something is missing. Jack, I can tell that you are alone in this world. It's not fair that you, who have done so much to make us all feel less lonely, should have no girl who loves you best of all. Jack, I know this is terribly forward, but want to be that girl. Jack, do you want to be my girl? I'm not reading that wrong, right? Like that, because they need the addition of me there, right? I'm not reading that wrong. Like, they typoed that. They forgot a word. That's not me. Yeah, okay. I was just like, Jack, do you want to take some hormone replacement therapy and become my girl? Ugh. You met. Okay, wow, hold on. I'm gonna shove this up my nose first and foremost because, like, I almost shot something everywhere. Which can be anywhere from blood to mucus. I'm not exactly sure. But can you imagine? You know, you're a typical everyday guy. And some other guy comes up to you and says, I want to be with you. But you can't be a guy. So you have to change your sex, your gender, if we are going to be together. And you won't even fucking know this person. A little bit of blood, but I don't know. You don't know this person, but they end up just telling you this. I want you to imagine that situation, how terribly awkward it would be. I know I could make you personally happy. Please write back and let me know if you could let me prove it to you. You deserve all the good things. Wink, wink. I love you, Fiona Slaymaker.
1 cup of flour.
I wonder what her family is known for.
2 cups to 1 cup of flour. It'll have a more
Being
crumbly
sluts.
consistency.
You are no fulfilled, the captain. No, I have no heart, I feel no love. Not fear, nor joy, nor sorrow.
Comes out the other end.
You are no fulfilled, Captain Crow.
So
Will you be my girl?
you can still get your hands on potato flour is another excellent extended
man.
flour supplies. board.
This game.
You must slice your potatoes.
Like, I honestly, one of my favorite things is just fucking shit. One of my favorite things is just reading like terrible fan fiction because of simple mistakes like that. Dear Mrs. Brown, we of the Ladies Village Improvement Society would like to thank you for the many years you have done such a superb job contributing to the loveliness of our dear village of Hamlin. Although you live on your own, as so many of us do these days, the figures you have painted in your windows have given so many of us a feeling of neighborly comfort. It is good to feel watched over, even if the watchers are not necessarily three-dimensional. However, in the past little while, we regret to say we have noticed that your windows are beginning to deteriorate a bit. No doubt you've been terribly busy, we all have so many things to do, but it rather spoils the effect when the paint begins to flake. It no longer trumps the loyal, if you will. In particular, the adorable grandmother in the second-story window on the right has lost parts of her jaw and looks a bit monstrous. I'm sure this is not intentional indeed, who looks at her own house, and on Joy one tends not to notice uncomfortable details. But some of us have begun to notice it, and to question why you have not seen to it. Surely you are not a secret downer, they say. Of course, if you are not a downer, and we are positive you'll show them they're wrong, by fixing up your house once again, in your own inimitable style. All the best, Helen Burtonshaw, Ladies Village Improvement Society.
As possible. As you go
I bet she makes some good-ass fucking pie. Yeah, but again, one of my favorite things about, like, I know it's weird, but it's like,
the future to be.
since I've lived with sinus infections essentially my entire life, one of my favorite things to actually deal with is how my voice gets, you know, because it's like, yes, I can't do a lot of voices. It's like I can't even do like I can't quite do my radio announcer voice. It's like, hello and welcome, you know, it's just too raspy. You know, there's too much rasp to it, and the whole radio announcer is supposed to have like no rasp to it whatsoever. You know, so it's like there's a problem there. However, at the same time, one of my favorite things about having essentially just shit in my throat, you know, having a respiratory infection, is just the fact that I end up sounding like I'm going through puberty again, which essentially it's just like I think I sound like adorable. I'm just like, I sound adorable. Hello, Corvus. Good to see you, man. How you feeling? Gotta pull a Rule 63 on me before I can consider. By the way, bad fanfiction. I know, Captain. You and I have talked. You recommended me a fan. Yeah, you recommended me that fanfiction. Yeah, you you sound like you're half imitating Geralt of Rivia. I'm trying to think of like famous lines that he says, but there isn't like a line that he says that I used to get into his voice. Like the only thing I can really come to is like, shut your trap, peasant, and it's like it's not like the activations part. I don't even get the tone right. The Reverend John Dainty, St. Michael's Church, 22 Hither Lane, St. George Home. Dear Vicar, I'm writing to you because I was disturbed by the joke you made about a downer in yesterday's sermon. I know everyone thought it was a very funny joke. I love a laugh as much as anyone, and I thought it was funny at the time. But they began to bother me. Not in the sense of feeling bad or sad, of course, but philosophically. Who are we to mock downers in Christ's church? Did Christ mock the poor and downtrodden? Or did he mock the Pharisees and the hypocrites? Do we really want to start by drowning 100 downers? Where would we end? I know I'm going on entirely too long about one joke, but it is important to keep up standards, don't you think? And as a Vicar, we look to you to set the standard, don't you? It's perfectly fine when Uncle Jack makes jokes about downers. No one takes him too seriously, not when he has his jolly hat on. And I have laughed at many a downer joke. It seems we tell new ones every day, at any rate. They seem new, but in a sermon, shouldn't we have more sympathy? Instead of mocking, shouldn't we be praying for downers to come to their senses and take their joy again? Yours most devotedly, Sylvia. Oh fuck! It was a woman the entire. Hello, darling. It's so wonderful to see you today. You know, I was just out back smoking, and well, you know how it goes from there, darling.
Pretty fucking terrible since I recently developed hallucinations in relations to the house.
Holy fuck. Are you okay, Core?
Digest, which makes for a full tummy all day long. Just make sure it's packed.
Portals. I hate portals.
I get it. I'd have to listen to his voice and, like, work on it little by little.
From sawdust alone.
And even then, like, he has such, like, I definitely can't do his voice when I have my normal voice. Gravelly woman, exactly. Yeah, that definitely doesn't sound good, Core. Like, has some shit been going on? If you don't want to talk about it, you know, feel free to stay silent, you know. I have a tendency to grow curious, and of course, have a tendency to want to, you know, no. Life is fucking terrible right now, but I see. Well, if you ever want to talk about it, Core, feel free to talk about it, is all I'm going to say. You know, it took me a long while to learn that the greatest strength that person can have is just be open about when life is shit. Far too many people hide it. And, it leads to some bad things. So, the best thing you can do is just be honest with yourself and be honest with others. You know, tell them when you're having a bad day. People, especially if they are, you know, good people and good adults, will understand you having a bad day. I know, you know, he kills the cat. Well, he got his places in the first place. Exactly, Crow. Exactly. It's just that these people I'm living with can't deal with someone eating their food when they don't eat it for months because they... Oh, man. Honestly, Core, that sounds like a pretty, like, I wouldn't say that's, like, it's not, like, a kid thing to get mad over. That's, like, pre-adult. You know, like, there's pre-teens, and then you turn into a teenager, and honestly, teenagers are, like, still with their parents or whatever, so don't give a fuck. By the way, is the stream choppy right now? Because on my end, it's looking choppy, but my end is always different from y'all's end. But, you know, there's, like, teenagers, but they're under their parents, so they don't really give a fuck. But then there's pre-adults, where everybody gives too much of a shit about everything that's theirs. Father James McCartney, St. John the Evangelist Church, South Parade, Wellington, Wales. Dear Father McCartney. It was so living to bump into you by the fountain the other day. I hope I didn't seem too distracted. I might have had a bit too much joy that morning. You know how it is these days. Hold on, is this a woman? No. Well, could be. Could be. Has it really been so long since I was in... Oh, altar boy. Okay, God, fuck me. I go down to check and it's like, oh, fuck, it's an androgynous name. It could go one way or the other. And it's like, altar boy. The very next... If I just read the very next sentence, I would have gotten it. Has it really been so long since I was an altar boy in your choir? It feels like yesterday. I have a favor to ask of you. It's been some years now, if I remember right, which who knows anymore, that I've felt out of step with the rest of the congregation at St. Michael's. More and more, they argue about what Christ's forgiveness means, if nobody can remember what they're asking forgiveness for. To tell the truth, I long for the old certainties I had as a boy. I miss absolution. I miss the body and blood. I miss going forth to sin no more. I want to return to the church, but I doubt Jillian would take kindly to my returning to the fold. Her knitting club is all St. Michael's. Her flower is all St. Michael's, okay. Her flower arranging friends are St. Michael's. Our neighbors are all St. Michael's. Is it wrong to want to convert in secret? And to take mass in secret? I suppose we did in the earliest days of the church, didn't we? I cannot remember the things I have done, but confession and mass wash all sins clean, do they not? Would you have me back? Yours most devotedly, Robin Willoughby.
A bit of sawdust is just the thing to mix into.
See if it's a woman or a man first. Well, don't want to.
Oh, it doesn't kill you?
Yeah. Yeah, it's fine because this was the one where I checked and it's like, I mean, this could go either way. And it's like altar boy. Fuck. Switch between them. Like every sentence, change it. Exactly. It's the only way. A few stars here and there. I get that, Core. It's like, to be fair, I suffer from a constant speech impediment. I have a stutter. I have a constant stutter. And I also have a tendency to essentially carry a sound. Whenever I start a sentence, I tend to always be humming down here a note, which ends up causing me to stutter, because what I end up
Lovely weather.
Did you see the partners
what I
match?
end up getting into is essentially a point where I cannot accept silence because I'm always humming. Jolly good. Or jolly good. In all honesty, like, a stutter, as long as it's not too bad, most people don't notice it. Most people actually don't deal with, like, people are not, revealed to perfect, perfect speech on a daily basis. So, whenever you stutter, most people will never notice it as long as it is nothing severe. Even if it is severe, most of the time it is very easy to pass it off as though, oh, okay. You meant stream quality. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Okay. I'm still going to talk about stuttering because I'm already on the fucking tangent, so let's just go ahead and roll with it. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, but most people are not revealed to perfect speech. Perfect conversationalism, as some people calls it. And so, just the idea of a perfect speaker. People know when they come across a perfect speaker. However, they do not know who they can call out when they are not speaking correctly.
All right.
Righto.
So much to choose from.
Chemistry upgrade kit. Oh. Well then. Only costs 25 G's. Feel free to, Captain. Don't feel as though you have to limit yourself because I'm sick. It's fine. Saltpeter. Early bird. You need less sleep, you lucky bastard, you. I know who I am. Joy has less of an effect on you. Not a bad idea. Teaches you how to craft ugly doll. Okay. Like taking care of your wounds. I mean, that wouldn't be a bad idea. Get well sooner. Meh. Run for just a bit longer. I wouldn't mind getting another level of that. That would be pretty nice. You wake up a bit less hungry and thirsty than you did before. That's also fairly well worth buying, actually. There we go. 20% less hungry and thirsty than before. Sweet. There's a lot of things I could sell. Oh, wait. Oh, man, wait. I just got a shit ton of scotch, don't I? Shit. That sells for 30. Yeah, I'll sell a good chunk of these.
We're seeing you.
I should definitely come back here and buy more of those, or sell more scotch. Just scotch. Yeah, I sound like a teenager who's trying to do a Sean Connery, who's trying to do a
Hush, says
James
the sun
Bond.
as it tucks me into bed.
I'm pretty damn good at speaking, to be honest. Early conditioning to be nearly flawless in communication is to blame. That is true. That's very true.
Jesus. Oh my God.
Yeah, a good chunk of our speech patterns are actually established when we are younger. Like, from the ages, essentially, like, from the moment you start talking, until about the age of 8 are when major, patterns start to become a big deal. And a big thing that most parents don't do is have their kids speak to a stranger. Just having them do that actually can actually remove, like, it doesn't remove a stutter, but it helps them to in the terms of eliminating it, because there's more confidence in it, because they know they have a
Odd how the fog only
better
comes
way
at
of
night.
dealing with people.
I don't know why you encouraged me. I'm rubbish at it.
Your throat has lots and lots of unremovable phlegm, apparently. Dude, fucking use that to your advantage. Like, because with the shitload of phlegm, you're dealing with essentially more gravel in your voice. And then what you can do is you can, of course, with control over your voice, you can add more gravel. You can have a very gravelly
Time for
voice.
all good citizens to be getting ready to go to
Yeah,
bed.
I'm just gonna run around this. That should be fine.
Gather around.
Oh, hello. Pronunciation is also a major thing I get on people about, but I can't quite help it. Yeah. Yeah, early elimination of social anxiety. Now, a very big thing that actually causes speech impediments actually is knowing a second language. Like, knowing multiple languages is a big possibility of causing just stammering and whatnot, because when you know two languages, essentially you have it's not necessarily that you think in two different languages. It's more so that you have different rules of pronunciation, so
Save a bit for the next minute.
So, like, in German, a very big example is just like, it's just like E and I would typically make it would, like Stein or Heise, it creates just an I sound. Whereas with, English, there are cases where it goes E, where EI still for some reason says E. And or actually in most cases it is still supposed to be pronounced ein, but Americans are not exposed to an EI combo very often, so they go, I believe that's een. So whereas it's supposed to be Frankenstein, they might say Frankenstein, because they are not revealed to the German language. But that German vowels are some of the weirdest shit I've seen in languages, second only to every French word to ever exist. French is fucking bullshit, okay, Corvus? I'm just gonna say that. And Captain, don't worry about that. Just fuck them. French is fucking bullshit, mind you. And here's why. Essentially, almost every language on the planet speaks like here. It's like most languages speak at like the edge of the mouth, like with the tongue and the teeth. Most languages speak that way. There's a pretty good amount that speak more like in the center of the mouth and like with the cheeks. And then there's French who speak with just their throat. And it's like, fuck you. Like, and it's not like Tibetan throat singing. There's no like beauty to it. It's just, it's just like, it's just kind of there. It's how they speak. Russian is really fucking fun to learn. It's fun to speak from what I've seen. And do go on, Captain. Do tell me, do ask these questions. I'm curious. You have piqued my curiosity. A lot of fabric. Hold on, those empty syringes though. French is how you clear your throat. Yeah, pretty much. Do I like Sailor Moon? Yeah, I don't really have like a preference. I don't hate it, but I don't have like, I definitely don't have like a love for it. To me, it's just an anime that exists. Jerky. Do I want jerky? You know what? Sure, I'll eat the jerky. Yeah. I'm fine. Nady! Good to see you. I saw you join the Discord. I am hoping that you got, some of the announcements and you realized, that, the stuff that's been going on or something, I don't know. I've just been up to a lot of stuff. What's home? Yes.
Good old under.
Yeah. I had a move and then
Fond memories
essentially
towering from
I've
the
just
bombs with
been
Mum, Dad, and Percy.
and then I didn't have internet for a long while, and the internet I have right now is not as good as the internet I had back at the other place, but it's kind of our only option. But luckily enough, it is stable enough to stream, so thank goodness. I get a few drop frames every so often, or a little bit of stuttering from the sound of it, but all in all, nothing serious. I can still stream. I cannot do multiplayer games, though. The ping is 600 naturally. So, no, I can't do multiplayer games, sadly. So, unfortunately, I'm not allowed to have friends. What was I saying?
Ooh, look who's dressed up for a guard.
I bet those clothes.
Why are they so mad? They're supposed to be in...
You look all superior.
What's it like across the water, do you think?
They're supposed to be proud of me. They're supposed to be...
I remember when I had nice clothes.
Fuck you people. Why are you so mad at me? It said that even wastrels are supposed to be impressed. Dang it. Yeah. Oh god. Right as I'm talking about my internet being okay, I look over at my stream health, and apparently it dropped to, what is that, like a 600. I don't even know when that happened. It just dropped. Oh shit, yeah. Well, no, that's not a problem. Drop frames is over 18,000, but that's only 6.5% of my frames being dropped. That's not bad. They've happened, but it's such a, it's like, honestly, I aim for under 10%. If my drop frames is anywhere...
Well. Are we mad? Or is it the world?
More of us every
this
day.
all right.
Get your own bloody pub.
Water in the village. I'm gonna get awfully thirsty there if I don't bring a lack of canteens. We'll figure out how to get Joy out of the water.
Hey,
Get out of here. Fuck off.
you deaf? Go drown yourself, you... They're not coming back.
Come on, bring it.
I can't keep doing this.
You better run.
I see you.
You shouldn't have to eat
You got a
this
shovel. You crazy bitch.
Hey!
Nope.
Clear off, I said.
She fucked me up with that. I gotta go. 6.5% is actually quite a lot. It's like, in all honesty, under 5% is definitely like my preference. That's what I'd rather it be. However, oh, whoops! I dropped that. Didn't mean to drop it. I meant to use it. There we go. Nice and good. Yeah, that's fine. What was I saying? Oh yeah, it's HydrateBot. They still exist. It's felt like a while since I've had to deal with them. Also, Nady, I feel so bad. I didn't even ask how you are doing today. Or tonight, whichever it is. And like, how have you been? It's been forever since I've talked with you. But it's good to have you around. Gosh, what am I doing? I'm thinking. Yeah, but like statistically, if I could keep the drop frames under 5%, I definitely would. But a good chunk of those drop frames are actually when I first start up the stream. Like, because when I first start up the stream, essentially there is a point where... Oh, right, I could go get some soup. Essentially, it has to establish a connection. Not just a connection, it has to establish stability. So most of the drop frames are actually within the first like 10 seconds of me streaming, where it's just like, hold on one moment. Ooh, they've gone up. That's a problem. Oh, they are going up. That's a big problem. I might want to... It's strange because a lot of the problem is that the kilobytes per second is going higher than what I have it set towards. It's averaging around 2,800 when it should be going to about 2,600. That's interesting. Wonder why that's a thing. Oh well, it's not terrible though. Yeah, but if I could statistically, I would keep my frames, you know, my frames lost below 5%. That would be ideal. However, I do understand that, well, given current circumstances, that's just not going to be the case. So, 10% is essentially the next best. It's pretty much like my give or take. It's like give or take 5%, you know? So it's like, you know, I would... Holy fuck, you scared me.
This too shall pass, I suppose.
Okay, let's just leave him. Yeah, but... So it's like, I would prefer 5%, however... I will give or take 5%. So I'll go up to 10% and I'll work with that. If it goes higher than that, then I'll say like, okay, we're gonna have to do something about this. And if it's below 5%, all the more power. I like how it still has that. I shouldn't even... Here, I'm gonna go south. I'm gonna see if there's like...
Nice clothes.
Again, they're supposed to be impressed by my fucking clothes. They're supposed to be like, man, even we like your clothes. But all they do is get mad. Tissue. Oh. Frame rate tanked. Just drop down to like 0. Again, I don't know why that's a thing. I mean, clearly it's just because the internet. Oh, and Fuse Rack. Hey, Fuse. God damn, I thought you were Corvus. Because you guys have the same color on my screen. If you're talking about Wiggles, she's right down there. She's laying on my pillow. Yeah. Yeah, she ended up getting groomed today. Serious? Yeah, but she got groomed today, you know, her paws were all matted up So they had to give her a thorough, like, shave down, essentially. Her entire body had to be shaved down. However, as you guys know, she's a very anxious puppy. So they were not able to trim her claws. They were able to dull them, but not trim them. And they were able to cut part of the hair on her face. Part of the fur on her face. Not a lot,
Dressed up for
but like they got a little shorter. Which, in all honesty, all the power to them, because I have tried
to
keep that dog groomed. It's fucking terrible. Like, to put this in perspective, imagine if you came across like a short person, or you know what? We'll say, let's say you have a girlfriend, and you come up behind her and you grab her around the waist and you pick her up. Now imagine if her reaction was to thrash herself about so hard that you got headbutted 10 times in the nose. All within like 2 seconds. That's essentially what she's like. You're more of a single player type, yeah? I honestly don't care either way, Fuse. I definitely am now because, like, my internet will not allow me to have anything better. My internet is forcing me to be single player, yes. But I wouldn't say I'm the most single player oriented mind. It would be painful. So now imagine it's a dog, and that's essentially Wiggles. And we'll go over here. We gotta fill up some canteens.
One of these days, I really ought to explore those caves. Well, I can drink this all right. They put joy in the water in the village. I'm gonna get awfully thirsty there if I don't bring a whack of canteens. We'll figure out how to get joy out of the water.
So much water. Okay, let me see. So this is the map. Strange that we have nothing to the north here. But then again, it's supposed to just be, yeah, 4 major islands. Okay, so filled up canteens, and yeah, that's about it. Now I gotta go there. Serious shit's gonna go down over there. I'm going. Gonna do that. You know, just in case. You know, not that I'm gonna get hurt or anything. Just
off we go.
You know, go and get out there. But yeah, what'd you?
I'd really love to know why that
what'd you
particular
have in
bill
mind?
smells of cheese.
What'd you have in mind, Fuse? Because I presume there's a follow-up to that question with the single player thing. I presume. I don't know for sure, but I presume.
Well, a lot of Englishmen.
Power cell. Now, I can't remember if Sunshine's enough to fool the downer detector or just. Well, we'll find out. That's a no. Oh, this ain't good.
That's it. Keep running.
Oh shit, am I about to die? Uh-oh. Huh. Well, fuck, this ain't good. I'm stuck! Help me!
Don't make me come find you.
You can't kill me even if you tried. The only way I'm dying is either of dehydration or food. You should actually play Half-Life 2. You see, okay, so I am of the unpopular opinion. I'm just gonna have to save and quit. I am of the unpopular opinion that Half-Life 2, well, it has not aged well. And frankly, like, I don't exactly think it's that great of a game either. Like, but then again, I haven't personally experienced it. I've watched it. I've never personally played it though. Okay, there we go. Thank goodness I was able to just do that.
Your suit is torn.
You can do wonders with a needle and thread, you know.
What's she talking about? Fuck her. Yeah, but... Okay, cool. Fuse, you and I are on the same page here then. Yeah, it's like, I just don't think that it ended up aging well. Like, a lot of people, you know, still critically acclaim it as one of the best games ever, and it's like, I mean, it's okay. Like, you know, for its time, it was definitely a game. But, like, I don't know, part of my whole deal, like, essentially, it's like, imagine a horror game, but without the horror. Imagine an action game, but... Fuck, how do I even put this? So it's like, imagine a horror game, but without, you know, what typically makes a horror game horrific. Imagine an action game, but without like the excitement of what makes an action game exciting. And then imagine a shooter game, but with a lot of limitations to the actual shooter aspect. And that's essentially Half-Life 2. It makes for a fairly good survival game. You know, you have to really conserve a lot of shit. But all in all, like, it loses interest fairly quickly, in my opinion. Oh yeah, I had a good physics engine, definitely. Okay, I'm just gonna take actual joy.
Well, that feels entirely
And make sure we don't set this shit off. Okay, so
Simon says take 5 steps back, turn around, and fuck off.
No. Hold on one moment. Actually, this would be fun. Oh, that was the wrong thing. Hold on. Wait, am I? Fuck, I'm not even able to make them, am I? Damn. Damn, I wanted to make a thing to, turn the shock things out there against them, but I don't have the blueprints for it. Oh well. I'll just make one of these then. Just deactivate it. I'll get the Half-Life 3 meme. Essentially, wrote, it's just that so many people were fans of Half-Life 2. You know, again, critically acclaimed, one of the best games ever. And then essentially, like, so many people were just like, oh, are they coming out with a third one? But at the same time, they were like, no, we're working on these other projects like Left 4 Dead 2 and Portal 2 and, you know, just other projects. And essentially, people just kept pressuring it. It's kind of like with the whole Waluigi and Smash deal. You know, people essentially, like, there are some people who are serious about it, but most of it
take 5 steps back.
Is just a meme.
Oh, look what I found. Look what the cat drug in.
I am a cat.
Look what the cat drug in. Oh, look what I found.
Fuck off.
Look what the cat drug in.
Maybe I should sit down for a bit.
Oh, he's gonna die.
Don't mind me.
Yeah, he's dead. Portal 3. Yeah. That ain't gonna happen. Ever. Like, Portal 2 ended in a way that, like, is fitting for an end. It's not gonna get another thing. And that's just a guarantee.
Oh dear.
Bloody taller.
Oh fuck, did that not finish? It didn't. Oh well.
We'll have none of that around here. You're gonna get what's coming here, Flimper. Give up.
Just knock him out.
We'll have. Think you can defy
Might be able to
authority?
keep this guy from being actually killed.
You're gonna get what's coming here.
Stop it. Stop that.
Bloody buzzer. That's the.
Nope, he's dead. He's only unconscious.
Things probably starting to roll in about now.
Portal on the sun. Yeah. You might. Okay. And use up 2 of these. Then we also need a bit of food, so let's just eat some blue currants. But yeah, essentially it's just kind of a meme thing now.
Oh dear.
Like, there are some people that actually want it and genuinely have, like, reason for it. But most of the people are just memeing. That's a big problem with the whole Waluigi thing. Like, so many people just see it as a meme and, like, complain about it to the point where Nintendo is just like, fuck it. Like, you guys aren't taking it seriously, so of course we aren't going at it. You know? Like, if people legitimately wanted Waluigi to become an actual thing, like, then they wouldn't approach it as a meme. They would approach it as, like, yeah, we want Waluigi in you know, the next Smash Bros. For blank, blank, and blank, you know? Like, that's essentially how it should be done. But again, people, too many people today, especially in the gaming industry, see things like more so as a joke before they actually see something as serious. Like, you know, people would probably rather, it's like, you know, fuck, let me think. It's like in shooters, you know, one of the big things that people just like to do is teabag, you know? It's like, they can't just be content with the idea that I killed this person. They have to be like, I killed this person, and I also did a meme. Most people aren't even doing it as, like, an insult. They're just doing it because it's something you do. Or something that some guy did and they decided to follow him. I don't know anymore. Yeah, just people are strange. And most people don't exactly know, like... Throw the alarm. I didn't even have to do that. I'm done. I can leave. Like, most people don't exactly know, like, especially people on the internet don't exactly know, how to be funny, is how I'll put it. You know, unfortunately, a lot of people, think that being funny is essentially just spamming something until a person gets irritated. And it's like, no, that's not funny. That's childish, you know. That's like a kid essentially copying you. You know, they think it's funny, but of course it's just annoying to you. Games will be taken seriously when they grow the fuck up. I can honestly imagine all of Nintendo saying that. You break those big... I actually don't know Rote. I've never given it a try. I'm not willing to. It's much easier to just avoid conflict in this game. What was I saying? But yeah, a lot of people on the internet think like, oh, you know, I'll just spam something and, you know, people will think it's funny. And it's like, no, it's not funny. It's just annoying. Other people think, oh yeah, if... A lot of people will think, you know, if I insult, you know, person X, then it's funny. And it's like, no, that's not funny. That's just disrespectful. You know, that it's like, you know, teenagers find that funny. It's like, man, look at how rebellious I am. That's cool, right? And it's like, no, it's, once again, just irritating. Oh, no, that's an electric thing. Okay. Don't worry, it's grounded. It's not passing through him yet. I did your thing.
Did you get everything?
Brilliant.
You got a knack for these things. So rare these days. Everyone expects everything to just work by magic. Ah, lovely. Lovely, that's perfect. I just need to make the final adjustments. Tell you what, come back tomorrow and I'll have it all worked out.
She didn't say we're going to the mainland. But yeah, like, being legitimately funny is actually a very difficult thing to do. You know, if you actually want to be funny, there's a lot of things that you have to take into consideration. There's, like, formula... Oh, shit.
What the hell was that?
Oh, never mind. I'm going back in.
She's all right. Maybe I should go check.
Oh, fuck. Oh, he's dead. Holy f...
Oh, for heaven's sake, she's gone!
Well, there's Flame Sovereigns here. But yeah, to be, Phytosteroid. Gas mask is now available. Improved gas mask. Okay. Fine linen. Okay. But yeah, to be legitimately funny, there's a lot of formulas to it. Electro Lock Shocker. There's timing. Timing is a very big thing that a lot of people just don't have down. Like, I myself am not funny. Like, even I feel as though I'm a memester. Sleep gives 2 times more health. Okay. You know, I am more of a memer than I am an actual, like, funny person. You know, which is why most of my whole deal... James dancing in the ground and pole dancing. Yeah. Which is why most of my whole deal is actually not even, being funny. It's just talking. Thanks for all your help. You'll go far one day, which is more than I can say for these other idiots. You'll need the gate code. It's 1492. Well, that's fair. 1492.
Who could possibly rid the town of every last rat? Big leads to the fight return.
This is actually a really sad sight. This makes me feel. But there's a warning sign right there. And you know, you do have to understand, you don't go doing a stripper dance on an electrical pole. Think about it, makes sense.
I'm getting old.
He does need some joy. He definitely needs some joy. It's funny because, like, joy is not actually like it's not like an anti-sadness pill. It makes them see the world differently, and yes, it definitely makes it easier to avoid being sad. But it's not actually an anti-sadness pill. Fuck. Oh, what quest did it put me on? What is this fog? It's not just like condensed air. The fog is actually, it is a poisonous gas. Like, essentially, they keep it underground during the day when people are out, but whenever night comes out, since there's a curfew, everyone's inside, and they end up venting toxic fumes onto the streets. So that's what fog is in this case. And they only call it a fog because, frankly, it's probably just easier to say than toxic fumes. Yeah, it is pretty fucked. What was I doing? Right, I was gonna have myself a sunshine. Sunshine, lollipops and rainbows. I could go get some coffee. You know, just like some coffee beans, and I could sabotage things so people all go running over there, but frankly...
Maybe I should see what's become of old Gemma.
Lore found. Olsen's house. Kind of, is it listed here, or doesn't look like it? Oh, there it is. If I was playing this game, I'd just probably beat everyone up and not worry about being caught. I mean, that is a way I play it, Rote. It's like, I just like playing a more peaceful route because I feel as though there's more challenge to it. September 23rd. I think it would be fun to have a piece about the artistic hobbies of workers underground. You know, the tunnel rats and such. Oh, and there was some sort of art show. Have a look, would you? On a side note, I overheard a chap in the boiler suit say they've been having mottling leaks down there. I'm sure it's just winging. Right, Margaret? No? Wait. Okay, yeah. I do have to go outside still. Why are they running over this way? Oh, because...
That's coming from Gemma's house. That's a bit awkward.
That makes sense. Is there a way around? No. Does not look like it.
That'd be ironic. Die of thirst in England.
Just stay to read the meter.
I guess someone noticed she's not been around and decided to rob the place.
You know what? That's fair.
Maybe I should find a bed.
Let's drink that. There, that.
Right. No more. Right. Nice guy.
Technically, I can just lock that, and now they can't even get to me. And now we wait for them to get bored and leave, because they can't break down that door. See, there they go. What else was I saying? Alright, I can technically read that. I think we're good. Oh, hey, a Jimmy bar. I'll take that.
I better turn that alarm off. I'm gonna need time to figure out what happened to Gemma. Shit.
And now we wait. But yeah, no, there's a lot of actual technique in terms of like humor and actually being funny. I took a theater class. It was like there's 4 different types of humor. I can't quite remember them though. But I do recognize like actual like technique whenever it comes to humor when I see it. Again, a big thing.
I swear by all that is holy, if I find one toy train in your swag bag, I'm gonna knock your last tooth down your
Hey, how's it going?
Just relax. Don't question it.
Come on out of there.
How's it going, buddy? I'll be taking that flimsy cricket bat. Did he break this? He did. Jeez, what a dick waffle.
What's going on there?
Oh! I was like, what the fuck hit me? Well, it's locked. Let's make a basic lockpick. Good stuff. You were bad at theater, but it was fun. I mean, to be fair, like, yeah. Yeah, just yeah. Theater, like, yeah, theater tends to be fun. And it's, a good chunk of it is primarily just, like, a lot of the people are very energetic. And it's actually a really funny thing because it's like, a lot of the people, yeah, were very energetic, but a good chunk of them... But a good chunk of them had, you know, a whole bunch of, what is the terms? Also, hi, Beauty Pie, good to see you. How are you doing tonight? It's good to see you. Or today, whichever it is. But, you know, it's like, I in theater, I was surrounded by a whole bunch of, you know, very energetic people. But the thing is, a lot of them were actually, you know, had a whole bunch of insecurity issues and whatnot. You know, or at least that's what it seemed to me. And, you know, I was the same. I was a part of tech theater, so I didn't get the attention of everyone else. But, you know, I was like, I'll make up for it by being better than everyone else in the tech department. And I fucking did that. Damn straight, core. I'm doing pretty good, Beauty. You know, I've been drinking a bit more lately, but I'm still keeping it recreational. I'm not getting blitzed. I'm just, you know, keeping it recreational, just kind of keeping myself calm. With sunshine, my mind is clearer, but every day is agony remembering. Who would take this willingly? And yet, in a morbid, horrible way, it feels almost good to remember. I know I should pop a joy, but I keep not doing it. Just have to not think about certain things. Discipline the mind. How much can I tell Margaret? Obviously, we can publish exactly none of this. I can't bear not finding it all out. Ooh. Risky. That's not what I want to do. Oh, hello!
I am not upset! I'm happy as a clam! You have no right to touch me! I'm a reporter! You have no right to touch me! You know perfectly well I've taken my joy! You can't take me
Thank you,
away.
Beauty, for the 5 bits. I appreciate that.
Christ.
Thank you so much for that.
You used to have to wait to see a doctor.
Holy fuck. Is he gone now?
What's going on then?
Nope. Now I wait for him to leave. Oh, let me put on my sneaky suit. There he is. I have 5 different outfits with me. I feel like a woman. I pay with money I don't own to watch you act. Oh, fuck. Intimidator. This NPC in combat has 20% chance to leave their arms and run away. Holy fuck.
Gemma? I would never have pictured it. I'm not sure I actually want to, come to think of it.
Tickler. For those who enjoy a little tickle from time to time. Oh my. Oh. 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 That took me a moment. I'm not sure if I want these items or just that. That's very amusing. That's funny. Reform Club. Have you been naughty? Need a bit of correction. Please be our guest at the Reform Club and have a shocking good time. Invitation admits one. Not redeemable on Headmaster nights. I'm not exactly sure what and where the carrot has been. I don't think I want to know. Wrote that the one to like I've actually seen that before. I was first introduced to that whole deal when I was oh goodness, I was in middle school at the time when I first heard that. You have just blasted me to the past. I know what a brownie is, by the way, Captain. So yeah, what was that? What was I gonna say? So yeah, one interesting thing, or actually, I was gonna comment on the acting thing. Okay, can't sneak that.
Should we just take everything?
I don't think Dr. V would like that. The constabulary might notice.
I don't see anything talking about Dr. V here. Where's her study?
I thought vampires had to be invited in.
Downer!
Nope. Rejected.
That ought to buy me some time.
Open up in there!
Who are you?
Now they're just knocking. They aren't even trying to get in. They're just knocking. I'm bored.
Come out! We're friends of Gemma!
Well, look at that. You've been a busy girl, haven't you, Gemma?
She needs our help.
I think I've found everything. Doesn't look like she found all the answers yet.
I'm just saying something seems very off right here. Redacted until 1.0 by the Compulsion Executive Committee. Ha 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 ha. In other words, this note is a huge spoiler, and they decide not to release it until the full game. These guys do mean business. I'm scared. These guys got talent. Like, he is the ultimate mime. Look, like, look at him. He's the ultimate mime. Electro Lock Shocker. Funny how I made one of those earlier, but I'll just make another one. Corn Horde, Tear Gas Grenade, Advanced Electro Lock Shocker. Okay. Goodbye. Ah, Lever Girl.
Right, that cuts it.
Hello. Hee hee. They'll never find me now.
Don't let you sleep. Let her do it.
Nope, I don't want to go this way. I want to go the other way.
Oh, it doesn't kill you?
No, it's just part of her kinks, Cora. It's just part of her kinks. Let's not shame her about this. Listen, we found a carrot. Just saying, we found a carrot. I'm just like, I definitely don't judge people on their kinks. I'm friends with a lot of not just kinky people, but very, very fetishy people.
To think I used to do track and field.
Like I've essentially seen just about like everything, you know. So it's like by this point I'm just kind of like whatever. I don't judge people unless it's actually like hurting someone, you know. Like so essentially I had this talk today. It's like I'm completely fine with pretty much anything people do, as long as what they do is not hurting anyone or hypocritical to what they have told me. To put this into a perspective, essentially, like, you know, my family is a whole bunch of Southerners. They all grew up during the time of racism. So, of course, racism is a huge thing in my family. You know, it's what it is. Can't do anything about it, you know. When you've lived 50, 60 years where, you know, essentially everyone is beneath you, of course you end up just having that mindset the rest of your life. Now the thing is, you know, some of them do talk about essentially killing, like, you know, killing, you know, some people that they feel is beneath them. I don't agree with it. However, at the same time, I've never seen them go back on that thought. So it's like, I can respect your thought. Do I agree with it? No. But I'll respect it because in your mind, this is just right. As long as they aren't actually going through with their whole, you know, killing people or whatever, sure, it's fine by me. And, you know, they, like, and typically, you know, they say these things, but they don't, like, you know, they still have friends of, like, you know, color or whatever.
To sleep.
However you want to put it. You know, And yes, they spread racism, but it's or they don't spread it. In fact, they're actually very cordial when they're out in public. It's just like when in private they talk shit, they talk racism, and it's like, that's fine. You know, you have this belief. I understand you have this belief. I don't, but you know, I'm not going to try and argue with you about this. You know, but, and in all honesty, I get some humor out of it. It's kind of funny sometimes. But, you know, now how will you tell which carrot was the carrot? The one that goes bad faster wrote, the one that goes bad faster. I've lived hundreds of years, Duke. I know what you mean. The possibility of that person acting on their beliefs is what scares the demographic that's being talked shit about. Exactly. However, you know, I've seen each of these people, like actually interact with the people that they talk shit about. And most of the time, they're very cordial. And it comes down to a very basic belief that frankly, a lot of people have. Of hate the group, love the individual. You know, hate the people that you don't know, but the ones that you do know and that you do get to know about, who, you know, are not like that, are cool. I want to do this. I don't give a fuck about the mystery house. Where do I have to go for this thing? Over there. Fuck. That area sucks ass. There's like no fast travel. You just kind of have to get there and back. It's tolerance and it's beautiful sometimes. You're not wrong. You are not wrong, Core. Oh, I'm just going to sleep. Yeah, but so okay. So I'm gonna toss this out there, you know, because I'm a freak.
Try not to dream.
A very funny thing that, you know, to me is that you know, I remember being very young and, you know, being very curious, you know, very curious about, you know, girls and their anatomy and stuff. And I remember one of the first things I came across was a woman and a banana. And I remember thinking it was the hottest thing ever. I was like, holy fuck. I never thought that a woman could use a fruit in order to pleasure herself. And
I
then
wish I kept in shape.
And then later, and technically a cucumber is a fruit. However, later I remember seeing a video of a woman doing this same act and going, holy shit, I never thought that a woman would use a vegetable to please herself. As though the difference between a fruit and vegetable made a difference. I'm not exactly sure why, but for some reason I thought it made a difference. But like, I saw these two videos and both of them surprised me in unique and different ways. The grapefruit technique.
Oh my god.
Oh fuck. Oh my god. Oh, Cord, you gotta be careful with jokes like that. Especially when I'm still recovering. Oh god.
Pace yourself, Arthur.
Oh. Oh god. Oh, that really hurt. Here, Wiggles gets worried about me. Come here, little girl. Here, I'll show you guys Wiggles since we got room today. This is her. This is her. Look at how skinny she actually was the entire time. She's super fit. I also forget how much skin dogs have underneath all that fur. So much skin. Look at me.
I'm the Duke now. Yeah, but you did. It took you several months of watching me, Crow, but you finally got a chance. Once through a cucumber that was carved for extra pleasure. I'm sorry, Core. I need you to specify on this. What? What? I need to know more about this shit, okay? You need to tell me more. Like, what? Like, was this like a roommate or something? I don't understand. Also, was there a difference between the carved cucumber and the carved banana? Like ribbed and shaved down in certain areas. Ah, so she bad dragoned it. Gotcha. Or they, I mean, I don't exactly know if it was a she. I presumed it was. But I can't be too sure. Blink. I hear there's a lot more stimulation when there's a variety of different shapes. You have to make sure it's thinner at the front, because if that... You know what, I'm not gonna go into this. I really shouldn't go into this. Hi, Wiggles. Hey, look, an alley.
Hey, where do you think you're going? This is a municipal work site, and you're...
Ah.
Not a municipal worker, are you? Huh? So clear off.
Central sent me to help out.
Oh, and I suppose you learned all about municipal infrastructure back at Central.
I like to think I can figure a few things out.
Oh, you can figure things out. Who needs 20 years of experience when the new lads can just suss it out with their eyes? Hey, let's all learn from the new lad.
Oh, this seems fairly obvious. Don't you just turn that?
Turn the valve.
Don't! Never heard it do that before.
Oh dear. There's a tool I need. I'll just go get it.
What did he do to it? Has anybody got a pipe wrench?
Oh, okay.
Ow. I should really have paid more attention when Dad was banging on the plumbing. I hope they're not dead.
Nope, they're just
It's
all
not who I
unconscious.
really am.
I'll just be taking y'all's stuff.
On the other hand, it looks like I can get down now.
You know what? Not even mad. I'm cool with this. Oh. Super abusive boyfriend couldn't get with anybody without getting set off, so... Oh. I feel bad for her now. Like, you know, I've dealt with a lot of people that have been through some, you know, some bad relationships, and it really messes people up. Like, people that go through, like, abusive or, you know, relationships really just, you know, it really fucks them up, and, like, you know, makes me feel bad. Yeah. Feel bad for the cucumber. Oh. Just a fire down here. Fair. Killing bomb. Open. Hold on. I have a flashlight. Yeah, there we go. Found a whole bunch of victory meat. What is doing in the vents is not my problem.
Power's out on the elevator. I'll need to find a way to turn the juice back on.
Well, looks like we need to accept defeat early. It was terribly soggy and malleable, and there was only one possible person to confront about it.
Oh no. Oh, poor thing. Did you actually confront her about it? Oh man. She probably turned as red as a beet. If you actually confront her, that is. Which, I'm not gonna lie, I would just to see their face. That note, it didn't even give me anything. Nigel Ditton. It says requires multiline, but I have multiline. I have a power cell. I have 3 power cells. But I need to find the place where all of this hooks up at, which is right here. There we go. Got it all up and running. Mission accomplished.
How do I cross that platform without getting electrocuted?
Now make sure there isn't a short circuit before... fucking apprentices. They never fucking listen.
Yeah. That happened.
I see, said the blind man as he picked up his hammer and saw.
This plate wrote is, the maintenance tunnels. Essentially what are we doing here? Hold on. A sinking body electric. But bluntly wrote, I'm not exactly sure why we're here. Hold on. Mrs. Oliphant said she sent Gemma to ask the workers about their art projects, but I have a sneaking suspicion something's gone wrong there. So that's why we're here. No. You know, I could turn these off. I could also just wear a cat suit. Yeah. Oh, that was a lot of pain. One moment. Oh. No! What? For those of you that don't know, I've been playing on permadeath. I made it all that way just to explode into the ceiling while wearing a cat You know. While wearing a rubber suit, I died to electricity. Now, if anything, bug collision, I'm not exactly sure, Core. Actually, no, that seemed to be the case, yeah. Yeah, because I shot straight up. Yeah, and it, like, I didn't die, like, before everything turned black. I died as everything turned black. Ha. Honestly, that's a pretty fitting conclusion to the stream. Like, You ran over her body and it glitched you like a Skyrim giant. Yeah, that appears to be the case. I'm just wondering as to why that collision bug happened. Like, there was no reason for it to happen. Cutscene didn't set off the actual electric. I'm not exactly sure. I don't know what the coding bug that happened right there was. Like, it could very well have just been I came out of my menu, you know, I came out of my menu too fast, or that, like, I started interacting with the body as the electricity came back on. Like, there's a number of things that could have happened right there.
Like, when I touched that first electrical, floor, I didn't take any damage. When I touched the second one, I was at half health. Which was either like, okay, I either took a quarter damage on each one and it didn't show me, or I didn't take damage on the first one, but took half damage on the second one. Which I'm not exactly sure what happens. Are there free ragdoll physics in this? Not as good as Skyrim, but there are free ragdoll physics, yes. Yeah. I don't know. It happened so fast that I really couldn't tell what had happened. I'm gonna have to go back and find it. I just kind of had that moment of like, I'm dead. Sigh. You know? It does not have that level of ragdoll core. Where you can just like run into something and pushes them all over the place. Nah. Once something is on the ground, they essentially just become a part of the environment and you can run through them. You rocked it into a corner, I know that. Either way, it, like, if someone can clip, well, you guys won't be able to clip it now. I guess you technically could. You just have to go into the actual recording. I'll have to clip it and I'll have to send it to, like, the, I have to send it to the team or something. Just be like, so this ended my permadeath. Maybe a conflicting coding with that panel insta-killing for the cutscene. That is a possibility. I don't know. Because I don't... Again, there's just so many possibilities because... Again, this is like a beta version, you know, of the game. Because they didn't come out with a whole bunch of, because they haven't come out with the full release. They're close, as I understand, but they haven't fully come out with it. So the number of bugs is endless, but that one definitely takes the cake for the most impressive. Yeah. I do a lot of troubleshooting. I love this. I can't imagine Core. Alpha V. Or sorry, Alpha. I said Beta. It's Alpha. Yeah, what else can I say? I got launched into the ceiling and became a cadaver. You know, the floor went abracadabra, and there I was. Just up in the ceiling, like my head launched into the roof and the rest of my body just hanging down. You know, limp, just... There was no way to have predicted that would happen, right? Like, that wasn't avoidable. Abracadabra, yes. Like, I can't be blamed for that one, right? Or at least I don't think I can. From my view, I can't. But you guys probably saw a lot more than me. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I'll just have to go back and clip that. I'll post it to the Reddit and send it to actually support and feedback. Yeah, I'll just do that some other time. That was fucking beautiful though.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I should be ready for this last panel. Bam! Dead! How's it going, Jester Darkhire? Unfortunately for you, I just died on my permadeath run. So, if you came for the game, you're probably not gonna be seeing too much. Sorry about that. Ars Plethora style. I'm just finishing up my drink by this point. Again, honey whiskey and cola. If you guys ever get a chance, get some honey whiskey bourbon, mix it with some cola, makes for a great drink. Just give it a good, like, I don't know, like 3 or 4 ounces, and then just, like, fill the rest up with Coke. Mr. Darkhire, I appreciate the follow. Thank you so much for that, man. This is my favorite game. I gotcha. Like, I'm probably, like, in all honesty, this is a game I still have a lot of fun playing. And again, this game hasn't even fully come out yet. I still really enjoy it. I'm glad you enjoy my taste score. So let me see. I still haven't, like, I'm not having as much fun with Black Survival anymore, so I'm probably not gonna be playing that. Tomorrow I'll probably do some more Darkest Dungeon. I'll probably try and start earlier and actually go for longer streams, or, you know, they'll end at the same time, but I'll just start earlier maybe. So I'll probably do Darkest Dungeon tomorrow, day after. I don't know what the fuck I'll play, you know. I might just do like a random game every like other day, because it's starting to look as though nighttime, you know, like late night is going to be when I do my streams, because it looks to be a lot more stable than when I do it during like noon. So I'm pretty sure it was refunded because of the bugs. Really? Interesting. Well, I don't know, because I know that some people, you know, who end up getting this game when it was still in beta, you know, when it still had the fucking grid inventory. Something that happened was the creators of this game showed so much potential that they ended up getting a contract with Gearbox, you know, the people that made you know, like Red Dead Redemption and whatnot, you know, they end up signing on with them. And after that happened, essentially they made a lot of executive marketing decisions, such as essentially just stating that the old version is not their version. And essentially they copyrighted like the old version and got it completely removed, and then they created the Life in Technicolor. They made a Bobby figure. Yeah, they did. They did, didn't they? It was really cool too. But yeah, it is currently like $50 on Steam. Or yeah, it was. I'm not sure if it still is, but the game hasn't fully come out yet. They're still updating the game, and essentially their idea is they are not going to release the full version until it is done. And there was supposed to be an E3 trailer, the E3 that happened this year, but I didn't see anything on it. I'm not sure if anyone else saw anything, but the idea is the full version is supposed to come out this year. I'm unsure though. I've lost track with them, you know, because it was like there was no E3 trailer from what I saw, so it was like, okay, I want to go out and get some meat. Go for it, Core. Yeah. No, freaking, Microsoft lost like the previous, 3 or 4 E3s in a row. Actually, since the Xbox One became a thing, they essentially just lost every E3. Because the idea was, hey, look, we have the Xbox One, and by the way, you can play this on the computer. And you know, everyone was like, then why the fuck would we get the Xbox One? So PS4, or, you know, just Sony has been winning. They ended up fixing some of their stuff this time, and in all honesty, Sony had a bit of a weak fight this time, which was strange. Next year, though, it's probably going to do another flop. Gang, go for it, Core. August is when it's coming out. I certainly hope it's the full release, because I will definitely play it. Because, like, this, you know, the alpha, you know, what I've played compared to what I've seen of the full game trailer that they've shown is baby. It's just baby talk. It's nothing, you know? And it's like, I ended up getting this at a very interesting point. It was on sale, but it also wasn't $50. It was still $15. And a strange thing that happened was the old version for a lot of people was removed from their Steam, and nobody was refunded. So a lot of people who supported the game ended up getting fucked. I ended up supporting this game at a very strange time when it is under Gearbox, but before they made the price change, because essentially they're essentially trying to get people to pre-order. And I essentially ordered this game before they started trying to get people to pre-order. So I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna end up getting the full release. I don't know, and I only paid like $10-15. I'm not exactly sure though. Ooh, my arms are a little fun. Oh. It went up due to the team moving. It went up for 2 reasons. It's because is now officially owned by a Gearbox, who deals in essentially huge cash grabs. You know, it's like with I believe Grand Theft Auto is Gearbox. You know, they were like, that game is still like $50. And then like everything in the game, if you don't want to work for it, is just, you know, a shit ton of money. So of course, you know, with this game, they immediately were like, we're gonna jump this up to $50. You know, make a shit ton of money off of it. And it was really weird, because it was like, essentially the team, as I understand it, didn't have to worry about money issues, but it was still only that team working on this game. So, and the reason for that is because they didn't want this game to be like changed at all. They wanted to be their idea. They just needed a sponsor. And Gearbox was like, we'll sponsor you, but, you know, the game's gonna be $50. And we're gonna have one guy who's telling you, you know, shit that's gonna have to change. And then reason 2 is because, essentially before, they were an indie company. And, you know, of course, when you're an indie company, you're just trying to get people to support you. So, essentially, they were asking for support. And when you're asking for support, beggars can't be choosers. Of course, the price was only $15. By the way, you know, I've been drinking this. I'm not drunk. I would say I'm at 0.02. 0.02 or 0.03. Like, I'm very light. I'm like a feather right now, is how I put it. I feel as though I'm gonna lose grip on this any moment now. I'm not, but I certainly feel that way.
Yeah, that's a big thing, Core. And again, I got it when essentially, like, it had switched over to Gearbox, but before they ended up doing the price increase, so I just got very lucky. Because a lot of people who invested in on this game when it was still under the indie developers. Yeah, I'm tipsy. I'm only slightly tipped. Like, you know, it's like the cliff's over there, I'm kind of going, whoa. I'm not over the edge. But yeah, a lot of people that support the indie company ended up getting completely screwed, and it was absolutely stupid. It's just so rude. But again, that was a decision that was made by Gearbox, not by the indie developers themselves. Yeah, Tim DeGroote. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I got this game on... I'm using Steam right now. I'm actually not able to get any games on GOG anymore because they end up shifting their company's headquarters from some place I don't fucking know to Poland. And my bank does not deal with Poland. And the reason for that is to avoid credit card fraud. Or sorry, not credit card fraud, just fraud in general. You know, because rich people, a lot of the times what they like to do is they say, hey, I have a friend in Poland. I'm going to send all of my money over there so I don't have to pay taxes on it. And so essentially my bank is like, yeah, you can't send any money to Poland. And I was like, well, fuck, I can't use GOG anymore. I still have a few games on it, but it's like, well, I guess I'm stuck with Steam. Do you know of the doll quest in the clubhouse? I do know it, Jester. Yes. What about it? Yeah, that sounds bad. I mean, if that's the scale core, I'm probably closer to like 25 to 30 degrees. I love that quest too, Jester. It's probably on my end because my internet used to support streaming a lot better. It's not like it was either take the internet I have now or go 2 months without internet, and I just said fuck it. I'm now in a year-long contract with these people, essentially doing satellite instead of direct, which means I can't do any multiplayer games because the ping is 600, which means, you know, the signal sent to the satellite and back takes 600 ping. I'm not exactly sure what the measurement of a ping is, but my old internet was 8. So it's definitely noticeable. I tried playing a multiplayer game the other day. I was all over the place. Couldn't play it. So, no. No multiplayer games. I'm essentially a single player person until like next year. Sometime next year around this time. At which point I have to debate, do I want lower prices but not as good internet, or higher prices and a company that is probably going to shit on me because I end up ditching them for this company. All because I want internet, you know, 2 months early. Engage it with how far the person tilts when trying to stand straight up for an extended amount of time. One ping is 1 millisecond. 600 ping is just over half a second. That sounds about right. Thank you, Core. I learned something today. Go for it, Captain. Shoot. Yeah, less than 300 is ideal, so, but I'm doing with more than 600, so, you know, so it's like some games that I used to play with people, like, moment, I need to think. Like, PUBG. I can't exactly play that game because that's literally a game where, like, 0.02 seconds really matters. Oh, jeez. I saw 3 jumps on my end. That looked bad. I really hope that that was something that was just on my end, but I don't expect it. Sitting at 6.7% drop frames, which is, I mean, it's not terrible, but I definitely would rather it be lower than that. I mean, I don't expect a techie. That's how a lot of techies are, actually, Corvus. Felt bad on my end. It was terrible on my end. And it's very strange because my my internet is staying at constant about 2600. Or sorry, my bitrate is staying at a constant 2600 kilobytes per second. So I don't even know what caused the flood. Oh, there. That's why. It jumped up. Oh, that's why. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Yeah, it jumped. That's why. Mine was buffering. I'm so sorry. Again, I'm using shittier internet, but it's either this or nothing. And, you know, I want to do this. And it's like, if that means that every so often there's a jump or every so often someone buffers, I guess that's something that I have to apologize for and that I have to deal with. You know, I'll probably mess with my settings in the hopes that I can make it a bit better. No guarantee, but I definitely won't be able to do a, like, noon stream anymore, because if anyone else is using the internet, like, that really affects my streams to a point where I'm dropping about 10% of my frames. Yeah, so the reason why I had those 3 jumps was because my bitrate dropped to what looks to be about 700 kilobytes per second. So it got really bad. And the worst part is, because of the new Steam overlay, I don't get a constant update. It shows me my bitrate over the course of every, like, 30 seconds or something. Hey, Chester, I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the 5 bits. It warms my heart, because frankly I don't feel as though I'm giving good enough content. I'm essentially doing an IRL stream because frankly, one, I just died on my permadeath run, so I'm a little disheartened, and 2, I'm definitely not focused enough and not sober enough to do this. I'd hate to just start up a game and immediately die. I know I wouldn't, because once I actually start focusing, I immediately sober up, or at least sober up mostly. But again, I died, so I'm a little like, meh. I'm not focusing too much on it. It was better than nothing, I always say. Don't let some issues stand in your way. Punch the internet issues in the face. Exactly. And again, it's not like it's something where it's like, you can't watch me stream. It's like, you can watch me stream for a good, like, 96% of the stream without any problem. It's just 4% of it, there are random fluctuations. I don't know why that is. And there was a fluctuation. Oh my god, that was a... Holy fuck. That was a bad fluctuation. It's so stupid because last time I did this, I was at a constant 2700 throughout the entire stream. So I don't know what's going on that's causing the fluctuations this time. But I'm gonna have to look into it. It might just be a thing where, like, some days are worse than others, you know? I tilt more so because I throw my weight in a direction, and I just lean more into it in a more exasperated style because my gyro is out, you know. Humans have their own like gyro that keeps them on balance. Essentially what I'm dealing with is a broken gyro. I wish I see this game. I wish I see this game. Purvis, go stream. Go stream. Like, if you want to stream, go stream. I can't promise I'll be there, because I'll probably be over there in bed. Or sleeping on the floor, probably off over there. Probably under the table. You guys ever sleep on the table? It's a wonderful feeling. Don't, me? Just fucking do it. Don't let your dreams be memes. I'm more tipsy, Crow, than usual. Like, this is actually about at the level I was, yesterday. I was at about this level yesterday. Now, the reason why I'm a bit more tipped out is because alcohol has a tendency to stay in your bloodstream for, you know, quite a while. So I actually still have alcohol in my system from yesterday, last night. Which it probably isn't a lot, but I haven't been drinking too much water. So now I'm dealing with the effects of some alcohol from last night, plus the alcohol I had today. Plus, on top of that, I'm suffering from very mild depression due to one of my friends suffering an even bigger depression that has caused them to be very, very, very sad. I won't go too much into details, but I'm very worried about them, you know? So, that's the whole thing that's going on. It's part of the reason, actually no, that pretty much is the reason why I'm drinking, because essentially, if something happens to them, I want to already be an alcoholic, you know? I don't have an Right, yes, you told me about this, Core. Yes, you told me about this. I have forgotten. I was so hyped. I went to watch Markiplier play it. Screamed out of excitement for this game. Dude, for me, I was first introduced to this game by a person named Splattercat. He is a streamer now. If you haven't heard from about him, go YouTube, type in Splattercat. He's a wonderful guy. He's a very funny guy. You know, he and I have the same name. He's an amazing person. Wonderful person. Like, oh God, he's just entertaining. He's like genuinely entertaining without faking a personality, if that makes sense. Awesome guy. Go look him up. Give him some love. Tell him that I sent you or something. I don't know. He has so many more followers and like actual viewers than me. He won't care. I do know this, Score. I do. I do know that alcohol and depression do not mix. I do. The thing is, I try not to get hooked. Like, essentially, I've been dealing with this depression for a good, 3 weeks now. It's been a month-long depression. For those of you who may know me a bit better, I tend to only have 3-month or not 3 month, 3 day long depressions. I call them my man periods. I go 3 days where I'm like just super depressed. I don't want to do anything. And then I break out of it. I'm perfectly fine. I've been in a depression for a good like month now. And the reason for that was because, you know, this friend of mine, again, I thought that they, you know, were essentially pushing me out of their life because they didn't want me in their life anymore. So me, myself, and I really like holding on to friends. Whenever I make a long-term friend, I want to hold on to them as long as I can. I did not realize that them pushing me out of their life was not because they hated me. It was because they did not want anyone to feel sad when they were gone. And, you know, it was a very selfish thing on their part. I tried my absolute hardest to stay in their life, but I kept getting pushed away. And of course, after a certain point, you have to just accept that, you know, and again, I didn't know that they were going through a hard time. You know. So I just thought I was, you know, that they didn't want me around anymore. And then, of course, you know, like, I ended up getting the news that they're in the hospital 2 days ago. And I haven't gotten into contact with them since then. I've been worried ever since. So, I'm just very, very, like, stressed out because I don't want to lose a friend, you know? Especially in a way like this. I actually am bipolar, Jester. I am. I suffer from bipolar disorder and Asperger's syndrome. Those are the two big ones that I deal with. I deal with those. I've learned to deal with them. I don't take medication for them. I don't have to. I deal with them. But again, for this, I actually have a legitimate reason to be depressed. And tell me if you didn't hear any of that, because I will repeat myself, because I also noticed that my bitrate dropped. And again, I can't fix that. Yeah. You feel me, Core. I feel you too. Yeah. I don't do the psychedelic stuff. I don't touch drugs most of the time. I only ever touch them whenever I'm, you know, in a really bad spot, pretty much. And even then, this isn't the worst spot I've been in. But it's definitely reminding me of some bad spots. You might already have it. Well, I mean, for next time or something. Mostly with the amount of prescription drugs that were in the system back then, I never could tell if she was bipolar, but she also has a major learning disorder. She's essentially a mother that has a mind of a 12-year-old. I see. That's definitely a thing. And Captain, feel free to throw a game suggestion at me. Okay. But yes, Captain, feel free to throw a game suggestion at me. I'm always happy to play a game that somebody that somebody wants to watch, because I can understand wanting to enjoy a game alongside someone that alongside other people. God, correction. Yeah. That, Jester. I get that. Yeah. And it's like this friend, you know, they're probably one of the better friends I've made in a good year. You know, it's like they have their faults, yeah. You know, they definitely could improve in a lot of ways. But you know, they've been willing enough to talk to me. To essentially, they and I have been able to talk for a good, like, 6-7 months, essentially every day without fail. You know, not necessarily like long conversations, but we always found something to talk about. It's really awesome. However, my best friend, it's been a few years. It's been about 2 or 3 years. He ended up passing away from leukemia. Due to leukemia. In fact, the anniversary is coming up. It's today. He passed in August. And the worst part was I never knew when he passed. I only know the general month of when he just stopped messaging me. He had moved to Florida, you know, well out of my state. And essentially, he ended up passing away. And I was never told about it. His parents never contacted me. They just shut themselves out from everything. And I was never given a real chance to mourn his death. I just, you know, assumed that he was getting treated until the end of the month. I realized that he had been dead for a while. So yeah, August is definitely a hard month for me. And that same month, another friend, like, essentially I was self-destructing because I had lost that friend. I ended up self-destructing and ending another relationship. Ended up, just fucking up a lot of stuff. And yes, Captain, I have seen Enderal for Skyrim. I've thought about playing it, but at the same time, like, I try to stay away from Skyrim, like, even if it's modded, just because it's one of those games where people are more content to watch it than they are, like, excited. I hate seeing others go through issues. Marketplace and just died in a car. Yeah, I heard about that. No, like, Markiplier has always struck the feels train with me. Because, like, he, you know, he's, God. Like, you know, he's had a lot of moments where he's, like, cried on screen. You know, a lot of it has been out of happiness, but, you know, it's like for me, like, I remember watching. I first got into him when he was in like 300,000. I remember he made like 2 million. He did one of his usual like crying videos, you know. I remember watching it and thinking, this isn't a person that's just happy. This is a person who never thought that he could do this. And he's not just happy about it. He is he's dealing with he's had to deal with a lot of stress, and you know, a lot of people have forgotten about this. But I still remember it as clear as yesterday. It was Syndigo, when I think it was Matt from Syndigo ended up committing suicide. I remember Markiplier ended up just disappearing for a week, and everyone was like super scared. He ended up giving like a quick update and nothing else. Everyone was like, what happened to Markiplier? And it was like one of his friends that killed themselves, which is also a feeling I'm very well known to. You know, I've had friends commit suicide. I've had the one, die of leukemia. I have ruined relationships, so I know what it's like to lose a lot of long-term friends. However, here I am pouring my heart out to you guys. I might as well switch it to an IRL stream by this point. Just gonna go ahead and update that since I have, like, the only other thing I have to do tonight is brush my teeth and sleep, so I might as well just do this for a little bit. And it's like, right, Core, it's like I'm not dwelling on these things. It's like I think about them. But I don't dwell on them. I don't let them rule my life. I remember them. And that's really all there is to it. I remember them. It's just like how I remember each and every one of my pets' names. I remember each and every, like, major friend I've had in life, So, it's just something I think about. But it doesn't exactly, like, make me depressed or anything. I do the mourning and then I move on, but... It's like, I get you, Jester. Daniel, that was it. Daniel, not... Yeah, because it was Matt Daniel. I can't remember the other guy. I got you, Core. I'm sorry to bring it up, but again, I have the philosophy that the best thing you can do is talk about these things. Part of the reason why I'm doing the whole drinky thing is actually to make myself open up a bit more. I understand, though. You take care of yourself, okay? And have a wonderful night. Love you, man. Yeah. I should do the webcam view. There we go. Quit that. I can just talk. I can understand that, Captain. I'll look into it. I remember Enderal being a bit of a download and with the current, like, download speeds, I'd have to start downloading it, like, it would be like a 2-hour long download or something, but I'll definitely look into it. I have a few series up that I do want finished, though. But yeah, no, it's like, again, one of the things I do advertise is, like, my streams, I try to allow it to be a safe place for people to talk about things, because again, it takes a lot of strength to be willing to go up to people and admit that there is a problem, and because a lot of people fear the idea of being judged. My friend's sister is bipolar. My grandmother, she's dead now, by the way. She's been dead for pretty much my entire life, so I'm not sad about it. But my grandmother is actually one of the first people to ever be diagnosed and treated for bipolar disorder. If you actually open up an old medical textbook, you actually find her name in it. So bipolar disorder runs in my family. And again, I have it, but I have a very controlled situation for it. a lot of people, when they have bipolar disorder, have no control over their emotions. I have full control except for like 3 days of every month, in which case I just go into a depression. But it's like, other than that, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty awesome in those cases, you know? Finish your series first, then. Fair idea to do that, then rush the games that you recommend later on. I mean, it's like, I'll take as much time as it takes, Captain. It's just that I like having a little bit of variety, so it's like people can come in and watch things. And with a large series like Enderroll, it's just that would take like months to finish, unless I do like very long streams. I would have to start up early and like end late. I got you, Jester. I think we're at a pretty good point to go ahead and like calm down for the night. I think everyone kind of needs that. Fuck you, stream. I see you lagging right there. I see you do that. So yeah. So I think we're at a pretty good spot to go ahead and just relax. Jester, I'm sorry for any anxiety I may have caused. I don't mean for that to be a thing again. Typically for the streams, I try to just let it be like an open thing where people can just kind of talk. You know, not just like complain about their issues. It's more like I want people who are willing to listen and for people to support each other, because it's more like, if a person talks about their issues, then I would hope that they are looking for people to give them their feedback and for them to take what is given as advice. However, some people just like to talk about their problems just for the sake of essentially having a My Life Sucks More competition. I'm not exactly sure why people do that, but some people do that. I don't know why, but some people do it. Again, I think we're at a pretty good point to go ahead and in this stream. Again, sorry if I cause anxiety. Or like depression. Yeah. Extra apologies to you, Jester, and extra apologies to Corvus. Don't mean for any bad emotions to sprawl, but I do understand that like these are things that are a thing in life, and it's better to admit that these are things that happen in life rather than ignore them completely. I have heard of Cuphead. I've actually already streamed it. I have streamed it before, but I could always play through it again. It wouldn't be a bad idea. However, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream there. I think we're at a pretty good point. Again, I apologize if anything sprawled up in A1. I know that some people get very uncomfortable or can't deal with, you know, certain topics. But again, I try to focus on the fact that there is bad in this world, but it's not. But just because it's bad doesn't mean it shouldn't be talked about. It's better to talk about these things and make it vocalized and known about than just forget about it completely. It's better to not live in a bubble. So, I'll definitely look into it, Jester. It's been a little while since I've played it, but again, I'll have to try it out. I never did beat the devil. I ended up just saying fuck it. I signed his contract and I was like, I don't want to play this game anymore. So yeah, you all have a wonderful night. Remember, do not drink and drive. Do not text and drive. 10 and 2 people, 10 and 2. And happy days and sunshine ahead. And If you are going to bed, then pleasant dreams to all of you. Have a wonderful night. I'll see all of you later. I love you all. Bye, everyone.